So I'm sure you've all heard that Hi-Fi Rush is going to other platforms. It is no longer an Xbox exclusive, which is an absolute W, as finally a lot more people get to play one of the only good Xbox games, as this generation has been relatively weak for Xbox games. I mean, then again, neither was the Xbox One generation, but at least I can say I enjoyed a couple of games from that generation. But that's not the point of the video. We're not here to look at what games are enjoyable or not. We're here to laugh at some fanboys, as I thought it would be funny to also talk about the so-called other ports that will be coming later down the line, like Sea of Thieves and Avowed, because apparently those are a thing now. And now we have to ask ourselves the questions: do you remember how all these PlayStation fanboys were repeatedly saying Xbox has no games, but all of a sudden that they get to play it, now Xbox has games? I will never fucking understand PlayStation fanboys. They constantly told us that Xbox has no games, they will never be able to compete to PlayStation, and then these motherfuckers come out here and start begging for Xbox games. Like, don't get me wrong, there are not many good Xbox games, but holy shit, at least keep consistent. One thing I should bring up is that whenever we ask for PlayStation games on other platforms, like PC for example, where I've asked a lot for Ghost or fucking Bloodborne, they tell us that we are too much of a lesser gamer to get one of PlayStation's greatest or PlayStation games at all. But then again, I'm not too sure if any of these Xbox games will actually make it to PlayStation, only Nintendo, but then again, I could be wrong, so let's just get into the salt. Our first tweet is from JDub. I can't wait to play all my Xbox games on my Switch and PlayStation. Tim Stewart, Jim Ryan, let's go. Hose mad, Xbox has no games. Those bugs outside my house are really fucking annoying. My microphone keeps picking them up. Like, I swear, I've changed the sensitivity and they still fucking pick it up. So I guess you're gonna have to deal with it, you know, the benefit of being in the summer in Australia, you know, never mind. But anyway, JDub, you say that Xbox has no games, but then you proceed to ask and port beg that you're gonna go play an Xbox game. First of all, why do you have any Xbox games? You're a PlayStation fan. You should only have PlayStation games. I thought you hated Xbox, you despised them, but somehow you have Xbox games. And somehow you think it's okay to assume that Hi-Fi Rush is coming to PlayStation when, from what we've gathered and from what I've researched, it's only coming to Nintendo Switch, nowhere else. I mean, I'm not ruling out the possibility it will come to PlayStation. Personally, the more people that get to play it, the better. Like I said, it's one of the only good Xbox games you can really find in this generation. But I've seen a lot of PlayStation fanboys saying that this will also come to PlayStation. But from all I've seen, it's only coming to Nintendo. I could be wrong, and you people could find something that could prove me wrong. But from all I've seen is that and that alone. We have another tweet from JDub. Me, the moment Sea of Thieves drops on PS5. Hashtag Sea of Thieves, hashtag PS5. With a gif of Captain Jack Sparrow. For a guy that really hates Xbox games, you have a real interesting obsession with wanting to play a lot of their games, JDub. I don't know about you, but I think you've been lying to us about being a PlayStation fanboy. Maybe all this time you've just wanted some Xbox games to play. I mean, after how PlayStation treated you guys last year, I wouldn't be too surprised. Don't worry, neither can Xbox speak. They both had pretty terrible years, so don't think this is just me picking on PlayStation. We have another tweet from JDub, and this one was from 2 days before, as I just think it's funny. He says Xbox has no games, and then he shares, I believe, the upcoming games for PlayStation. And we are on to JDub's final tweet. Rumor: Xbox first-party game Avowed is timed exclusive, and will be also coming to PlayStation 3 months after launch. Xbox change of plans per CFO Tim Stewart seems to be in full swing. More to come. I couldn't really fit the entire picture and I was a bit lazy to just go grab the link and do it on PC, but pretty much there's a person in there that's asking for it to see if it's coming to PlayStation. Apparently that's enough for JDub to think that Avowed's coming to fucking PlayStation. I know I've already said this, but I just want to say it again. I never thought I would see the day that JDub and a lot of these other PlayStation fanboys would genuinely just sit there and port beg for fucking Xbox games. It's really surprising. You would have never expected that for the first thing of 2024. But hear me out. What if PlayStation fanboys, hear me out. I know some of you will be watching, but what if everyone gets to share games? You know, that would be really fucking cool. Instead of telling us to buy a PlayStation to play these quality exclusives, everyone can just play on their preferred platform of choice. And guess what? Your big company gets to make as much money as they ever want from this, instead of excluding it to one platform and one community. Our next tweet is from Unleashed. Xbox fanboys are afraid of this future, which is becoming more real with each passing second. Phil knew these bums don't buy games, so he had to bring the full slate to the superior console, PlayStation. And then he shows a Photoshop picture of PlayStation Plus having Halo Infinite, Starfield, Forza, Hi-Fi Rush, and Hellblade. But there is one thing I should mention before we go a little bit further into this. A lot of Xbox fanboys were genuinely pissed off. A lot more people get to play some of their so-called, possibly no longer exclusives because of the rumors. But I'm sure you can tell this video isn't about Xbox fanboys, it's about PlayStation fanboys, because somehow the PlayStation fanboys managed to one-up the Xbox fanboys. I am genuinely impressed that they managed to do that, and could not keep their mouth shut for a week so everyone could make videos on the Xbox fanboys. But then again, they never fail to amaze us. That's why we always have PlayStation salt. So on to the next tweet, and can you guess what? It's from J-Dub. It turns out I lied. He did have another tweet. I was just too lazy and didn't see it. I know I said those Xbox games were dog shit, but guess what? I lied. They're awesome games, and I can't wait to play them on my PS5, like Phil Spencer intended. Hey guys, you know how I said PlayStation games were dog shit? I lied. I can't wait to play all those PlayStation 5 and 4 games on my PC as Jim Ryan intended. Our next tweet is from Japan Hates Xbox. I know, it's gonna be very miserable to listen to. Chai has a special message for Xbox fans. Xbox is going third party. Don't you worry, Japan Hates Xbox, so is PlayStation. It's only a matter of time before both of these companies want to make more money and stop producing consoles just to go to a streaming service. But I shouldn't expect you to know much since your entire life goal on Twitter is to roleplay that you're from Japan, when to all my knowledge you really aren't. The next tweet is from Karen. MS having no faith in the Xbox fanbase to keep it afloat shouldn't surprise anyone. They've already changed the entire business model once because they don't want to put their hands in their pockets to buy games. Xbox fans owe actual gamers a thank you for keeping Xbox alive. Yes, because PlayStation players are buying all the exclusives. That must be why they're bringing it to PC, you know, it clearly just makes sense. Like, oh my god, if they're bringing all these Xbox games to other platforms, Xbox players must not be buying any of the exclusives. It's almost like you can put the same criticism towards PlayStation. I swear, every time I cover PlayStation or Xbox fanboys, I mean just any fanboy in general at this point, it makes me dumber. Every argument you can levy at both companies, and yet none of these people actually bother to think before they say anything. Our next tweet is from 8ger. Yes, I nearly said the wrong word, it would have been very interesting. I kinda wish I did at this point. We've got Jez on actual audio panicking over Xbox going third party. And here we have little bitch Peter Ovo and his old account Ovo Gaming, making up his own little petulant reality. All Xbox bitch fucks do is lie. Can you see the difference between an Xbox and PlayStation fanboy? It is a huge difference. I mean, this is the one time Peter actually has a good fucking argument here. All these years, everyone was saying Xbox has no games, but now that they're going multi-platform, all of a sudden Xbox has games. Seems like a pretty interesting argument, doesn't it? And from all the tweets that you've seen this video, Peter has a pretty good reason to post that, because all of a sudden PlayStation fanboys are saying that Xbox now has games. And this guy decided to respond to it in the most upset way possible. I have never seen a man so angry in tweets before. You know, there was an Xbox fanboy that typed in all capital and seemed pretty pissed that Hi-Fi Rush was coming to every other platform, and all of a sudden, it gets overshadowed by this singular tweet. You know, all of you PlayStation fanboys could have said nothing, and Xbox fanboys would have got a video made on them. But no, all of you had to go tweet, and by far this singular tweet was the worst one out of all of them, next to J-Dub, because he tweeted multiple times. I can always rely upon you, J-Dub. So I guess that's the end of the video. I've got nothing else I really want to say, but, you know, I guess I'll just say it. Please bring Bloodborne and Ghost to PC. We wait patiently. If you want our Xbox games, everyone wants your PlayStation games. It's as simple as that. So, you all take care. I'll see you all in the next video. Hope you all have a great day, and sorry for the bad audio.